G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm doing a comparison review between three Fenixes. All of these are 21700 beasts. So let's check out the difference between the TK16 V2.0, the WF26R, and the TK20R V2.0. Okay, so the TK20R V2.0 and the TK16 V2.0 both have the exact same accessories. So you've got your lanyard, you've got your 5000 milliamp battery, you've got your USB-C cable, you've got your holster and two spare O-rings. That you will get in both the TK16 and the TK20. But the WF26R comes with something else. And let's check that out. So the WF26R actually comes with this charging dock. Now, it has, let's see if you can see it there. It's got two holes, one there and one there. So that is designed for you to screw it onto the wall, okay? Now, Fenix will not include the screws, so you'll have to get them yourself. Okay, so the way this works is the charging contact area here, which snaps onto the back of the WF26R like that. It is a magnetic contact, okay? Now, you can just charge that as is. You don't have to mount it to the wall. There's no issue with that. But if you want to mount it to the wall, what you do is you get the charging contact into this little nook here, just like that. Very, very nice in there, secure. Then you would bolt it so this is actually coming out upwards, okay? Not down. Then what you do is you get your Fenix. So this is bolted to the wall. You get your Fenix and you just push it in like that. Then your Fenix is going to be sitting on the wall, mounted to the wall like that, and it's going to be charging. So whenever you need it, you just grab it, bang, pull away, and you're good to go. So I guess it's just a nice little design from Fenix to say, hey, you know, let's try something else. Let's try a wall-mounted charger. But apart from the wall-mounting charger, these lights come with the exact same accessories. They will all come with your USB chargers. They will all come with 5000 milliamp, 3.6 volt, 21700s. They'll all come with lanyards, all come with user manuals, all come with, the WF26R will not come with a holster. So why did I choose to compare all these three lights? They do all look a little bit different, but why did I choose to compare all three lights? Well, firstly, they all have 21700 5000 milliamp batteries. So I wanted to compare three with the same battery. But secondly, they all have the exact same tail switch. So the tail switch is your primary switch, which is the big one, and then your mode switch, which is the smaller one. And two of them have the exact same LED, but one of them has another LED, which is kind of on the same level. It's just a different beam profile. So the TK20 actually has an SFT70 LED. So that is going to provide a very pronounced hotspot, a very distinct hotspot, and it's not going to blend into the spill. It's going to be very distinct, separate from the spill. Whereas the WF26R and the TK16 both have SST70s. So these two lights are going to provide a much more mixed beam look. It's going to seemingly be delivering a lot more light, and the hotspot is going to be a lot larger, but it's going to blend in with the spill a lot better than the SFT70. So you've got two SST70s here and here, and you've got an SFT70 here. So the reason why I wanted to review a comparison video between these three is if anyone out there is in the market for a Fenix 21700, then these three are fantastic candidates and they all offer something a little bit different. So I thought I'd go through the similarities and differences and hopefully that'll help you make a decision. All right, so let's get into it. So starting with the WF26R. This has a max beam distance or a max throw of 450 meters. It is pushed out by 52,888 candela. It has an eco mode, a medium mode, a high mode, and a turbo mode. but it also has strobe and SOS. Your eco mode, right there, is 30 lumens, and that's going to last for 44 hours. Then pushing the mode button will help you cycle up. So cycling up, you've got medium mode, which is 350 lumens, which will last for 8 hours and 50 minutes. Next is your high mode, which is 1000 lumens. That'll last for 2 hours and 47 minutes. And that is a great high mode, I must say. 1000 lumens, 2 hours and 47 minutes, no step down, just here we go. And then turbo mode. And turbo mode is 3000 lumens, which you'll get for 2 hours and 41 minutes, but there will be a step down because it has an asterisk next to it. Now, if I press and hold from on, you get strobe. And if I press the mode button again, just once, you get SOS. Now, strobe is 3000 lumens and SOS is 100 lumens for extended runtime. This light is IP68 water rated, which is 2 meters, and it has a 1 meter drop resistance rating as well. Now, let's swap this out with the TK16. So the TK16 with the same LED as the WF26R, they both have SS T70s. So the TK16 has a max beam distance of 380 meters. It has glass breaking beads on top of the bezel, which is different to the other two because they do not have that. So I love that additive in the TK16. This will have a max candela rating of 36,100, and this has an eco and low, medium, high turbo. So the WF had only eco medium high turbo, whereas this has eco low, medium, high turbo. So eco mode here is 30 lumens again, and you'll get that for 43 hours, whereas in the WF, you got that for 44 hours, an extra hour. Then same as the WF, press the mode button, you'll cycle up. That is your low mode, 150 lumens, which you'll get for 19 hours. Mode button again, cycling up to medium mode, which is 350 lumens, and that'll run for 8 hours. Cycling up again is high mode, which is 1000 lumens, so same as the high mode on the WF. But this time you will get high for 2 hours and 50 minutes, whereas in the WF, you got it for 2 hours and 47 minutes. 3 minutes, don't know if it's too much of a big deal. And turbo is 3100 lumens, whereas in the WF it was 3000. And you will get that for 2 hours and 40 minutes in the TK16, but it will step down as well because it has an asterisk next to it. Now, just like the WF, press and hold the mode from on, you get strobe, but if you press it, it just goes back to your last output. And I forgot to say as well, from off, press and hold, and you will get strobe as well, but it's momentary, not constant on. This light is also IP68 water rated, so that's 2 meters. And again, it is a 1 meter drop resistance rating. Okay, swapping that out with the TK20. So one major difference about the TK20 that is not with the other two is this has onboard charging. Well, I suppose you could say the WF has onboard charging, but you don't have to unscrew anything. It's got an onboard magnetic charger. Whereas with the TK20, you actually unscrew, which is very, very firm, which is nice. You unscrew the neck and it will expose the USB-C charging port. So screw that back up tight and it will maintain its water resistance. Whereas with the TK16, you need to pull the battery out because the battery actually has a charging port on it. So TK16 is probably the best in my opinion for that, just because it doesn't have any openings or onboard charging. You've actually got to take the battery out to charge it. And I like that in lights. They just make me feel like they're more secure. Okay, back to the TK20. So the TK20 has an SF T70 LED, the difference between the other two. And it has a 475 meter range. So that is 25 meters more than the WF. Now this has a max candela rating of 56,600. And this has eco, low, medium, high, and turbo modes as well as strobe. So eco mode on the TK20 with the SF T70 is 30 lumens, which you'll get for 48 hours. So that's the longest run time we've seen so far on eco. Now pressing the mode button will cycle up. And that is your low mode, 150 lumens, and you'll get that for 21 hours. Cycling up, you get medium mode, which is 350 lumens, and you'll get that for 7 hours. Cycling up again is 1000 lumens, you'll get that for 3 hours. And cycling up again is 3000 lumens, which you'll get for 2 hours and 50 minutes with an asterisk. Now, if you press and hold from on, it will give you strobe. Press once, back to your last known output. And just like the other two, press and hold the mode button from off and it'll give you momentary strobe. Now this light is also IP68 water rated and 1 meter drop resistance. So just a quick recap of the specs. The WF has a 450 meter max throw. The TK20 has a 475 meter max throw. And the TK16 has a 380 meter max throw. WF, 52,888 candela. TK20, 56,600 candela. TK16, 36,100 candela. Eco mode, 30 lumens, 44 hours here. Eco mode, 30 lumens, 48 hours. Eco mode, 30 lumens, 43 hours. Medium mode, 350 lumens, 8 hours, 50 minutes. Low mode, 150 lumens, 21 hours. Low mode, 150 lumens, 19 hours. High mode, 1000 lumens, 2 hours and 47 minutes. Medium mode, 350 lumens, 7 hours. Medium mode, 350 lumens, 8 hours. Turbo mode, 3000 lumens, 2 hours and 40 minutes with a step down. High mode, 1000 lumens, 3 hours. High mode, 1000 lumens, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Turbo mode, 3000 lumens, 2 hours and 50 minutes. Turbo mode, 3100 lumens, 2 hours, 40 minutes. So these two here have the same output ranges. They range from Eco, Low, Medium, High, and Turbo. Whereas this one here has Eco, Medium, High, Turbo. It skips Low, but it does have an SOS. All right, let's get into the measurements. The WF26R from head to end of tail clicky is 15.5 centimeters. The TK20 is 15 centimeters. And the TK16 is 14 centimeters. So it's pretty evident that you can see that just with your eyes, but measuring it, it just confirms you've got about a half a centimeter difference here and then a full centimeter here difference as well. Now, face width on the WF is 4 centimeters wide. TK20 is 3.4 centimeters. TK16 is 3.4 centimeters as well. So just taking a look at the face of all three of them, you will see that the TK20 and TK16 have a very similar and evidently the exact same width. And then obviously the WF is a lot wider. Now, body width here for the WF comes in at 2.5 centimeters. TK20, it comes in at 2.4 centimeters. TK16 comes in at 2.4 centimeters as well. So again, just slightly thicker by 1 millimeter is the WF, whereas these two are identical. And tail cap width, I'm going to assume it is identical, but let's see. We've got here 2.4 centimeters as well. TK20, we've got 2.4. TK16, 2.4 as well. Okay, let's check the weights. All of these lights have their pocket clips and batteries installed. So the WF comes in at 222 grams. TK20 comes in at 203 grams. And the TK16 comes in at 185.5 grams. All right, so far, the feel of each of them would probably be, I think the TK16 is probably going to win. So obviously this has got a very big bulging head. I'm not a massive fan of that, but it does produce some amazing light, which you'll see in the night shots. The TK20 is kind of long and slender. It obviously has a bit of a kick out head, but the body and tail cap are very nice to hold. But it is a good, well, what was it? I think 45 grams or 50 grams heavier than the TK16. And then the TK16 here, it's the smallest, it's the lightest, but also it's got the glass breaking beads. So it's the toughest in my opinion. And it's the toughest because there's no onboard charging. You have to remove the battery to charge it, which is a big plus in my books. Now, I would probably go the TK16 as the most comfortable as well. Thumb rests very naturally on the primary switch and the mode button just underneath it. If you've got it in this configuration like this, if you want to hold it like that, then it'll be the opposite. But I find this configuration easier because the primary switch is a lot bigger and stands a lot taller because of this beautiful little ramp that they've got. See how Fenix has got this ramp on their tail caps there? So that makes the mode button fall nicely and allows you to access the primary switch very easily, but as well, you know exactly where the mode button is. You just move your thumb back a bit and you've got mode button access. So really, really good. Now, all of them have that, but the TK16, in my opinion, is the most comfortable to hold. All right, so let's just compare some beam profiles here. Let's get them all on turbo. Okay, so that's the TK16 there. You can see how this is going to make a nice mixed beam light the further away it gets from the wall. Whereas if we compare that with the TK20, so there we have an SST70 on the right and an SFT70 on the left. Much more distinct hotspot on the left, cooler white. But the bleeding on the SST70 is a lot nicer because it is going to mix in with the spill a lot better and offer more light. Now let's just do a heat test while we're here with these two. So they're both on turbo, and holding them, the TK16 is heating up a lot quicker than the TK20. So I'm just going to hold them here for a bit. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Step down already. So there goes the TK16 with the step down. Let's see how the TK20 goes. I'll hold it here until it steps down. Okay, I think it's started to step down now. I haven't been able to see it properly by eye, but I think it has started to step down. Let's just check the heat on the heads. So the heat has relaxed a bit on the TK16 because of the step down, so I can actually hold it now. TK20 is also very manageable, but it is actually hotter than the TK16. So I'm guessing they've both stepped down. And just look at the spill there. So the spill is very clean on the TK20, but the TK16 is not, because of the glass breaking beads living on top of the raised edges of the bezel. They are cutting off some of the spill there. So you've got this cut off spill here, whereas here it is just perfectly circular. All right, now let's go a heat test with the WF. Let's see if we can get a step down. So far, the heat is very, very manageable on the WF. I would imagine that is because of the size of the head. It's able to dissipate heat a lot better. Let's go a little bit longer and see if we can get a step down. Starting to get very hot now on the head. Still, I can touch it and hold it, but it is getting quite hot, and I wouldn't want to leave my hand on it for too long because it is a little bit uncomfortable, but it's nothing major. All right, so as far as heat test goes, the WF performed very, very well, and the WF and the TK20, I do think they both had step downs, but the step downs were very seamless. Whereas the TK16's step down was very, very evident. It was just obvious. So what that tells me is the TK16 steps down dramatically to a much lower output, whereas the TK20 and WF26R gradually step down by smaller increments, so it's less obvious to the eye. So that's pretty cool. But as you would imagine, the bigger the light, the longer it's going to take to step down. So the WF did not heat up as quickly or as hot even as the TK20, and certainly not as quickly as hot as the TK16. All right, let's go outside, check how they do at nighttime, and then we'll come back for some final thoughts, prices, where to buy, all the good stuff. See you in a sec. So firstly, we've got the WF26R and the TK20, both on turbo. WF, TK20. WF, TK20. So WF, TK20. TK20 is really nice. WF has got a larger hotspot. Let's check it out over here. So WF, TK20. WF, TK20. So you can definitely see the LED differences, color spectrums, larger hotspot with the WF. Definitely seemingly more light in the WF as well, whereas it's more centralized with the TK20. Yeah. All right, now TK16 over here, TK20, 16, 20. So 16, broader spectrum of light, more of a mixed beam. 20, you've got your tighter hotspot with spill. Classic, I think it's SFT. No, it's an SFT 70, this one. Yeah, almost said SFT 40. So there we have TK16 here, TK20. 16, 20. Oh, look at the 16. 16 is brilliant. Look at all that light. 20, 16. 20, 16. 20, 16. 20, 16. Oh yeah, the 16 would be my pick for sure. That mixed beam's unbeatable. Check that out. 16, baby. All right, finally we've got the WF here, 16 here. WF, 16. WF, 16. Oh, that's a closey. WF, 16. WF, 16. Geez, I don't know. I like the color beam on the 16 better. It's not as cool white, and I like that. It's easier on the eyes when you look at it through the trees. But the WF, I don't know, it's also pretty bloody brilliant. Oh, we had a step down from the 16. No step down for the WF yet, but a clear step down for the 16. Wow. WF going strong, 16, not so much. That was good. First step down out of the 3. Nice. WF, 16. WF, 16. WF, still going strong. 16. All right. See ya. Okay, so look, I gotta say, I actually like the beam profile better in the WF and the TK16. I think the SS T70 LED is a beautiful one. It really, really offers a gorgeous mixed beam. And for that reason, I just can't look past these two. The TK20 performs great. It's got a very distinct hotspot, no problems at all. But I would only really want this for looking at something very specific, as opposed to wanting a broad range of light. If you want a broad range of light, definitely go the SS T70s. Whereas the SF T70 is going to give you a hotter hotspot, but a lot less light in the spill. So it directs more of the light into the hotspot and less in the spill. Okay, so you can buy all of these lights at lightshop.com.au. I will link each one separately in the description, so you just click the link, take you straight to Lightshop. These are the prices in Australia. So the Fenix WF26R from Lightshop right now is $219. The TK20 is $219 as well. And the TK16 is $170. So that is a $50 difference between the TK16 and these two big guys over here. So that may play a role in your decision if you are choosing one of these. But overall, we've got 3 amazing lights, all with the same tail cap, 2 with the same LEDs, 1 with a SF T70, and all of them run on a 21700 battery. So pros and cons for each of them, I guess, are, for me personally, cons for the WF is the size, because I just don't love these big lights. And it's not even that big, but I'm just more attracted to smaller lights, I am. A con for the TK20, is the onboard charging. I prefer my lights not to have onboard charging. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but I just prefer my lights to be more so like the TK16, where you have to remove the battery to charge it. That way it just makes me feel more secure. But a con about the TK16 is how quickly it steps down. Now let's do a pro of each. So a pro with the WF is the fact that it takes a long time to heat up and therefore to step down. That's really, really cool. A pro for the TK20 is its slender, long build, as well as having a really, really nice, as well as having a very hotspot, screaming hot spot. So if you want something that is going to light up a centralized area very, very well and still offer spill, but not too much light in the spill, then this is a great light for you. And a pro about the TK16 is not only the mixed beam profile, which is beautiful, but also the glass breaking beads. I mean, that is such an amazing thing to have on a light. And I honestly think almost every single light should have, particularly if they're a tail cap design, like tactical design, I think they should just have glass breaking beads. It's such a plus for me. All right, hope you enjoyed the comparison video between the Fenix, TK16, TK20, and WF26R. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.